Can't imagine why you're here.
I told him to come.
Anna knows I'm working for you, I told her.
That violates the terms of our agreement.
You lied when we made our agreement. Why should I continue to honor that, Jagger? You chose not to tell me you knew me in high school. You knew my family. You knew my mother. And you engineered a scenario where I had to let her believe I was dead.
What would it matter if I told you something you can't remember? It's too bad about your personal life, but you took this deal of your own volition, so don't lecture me on the consequences of being you.
You couldn't find anybody else to go after Pikeman?
No one with your qualifications. No one I had leverage over who dropped in my lap. I don't give a damn how you feel about this job. I only care that you get it done.
I was more afraid that I wouldn't be able to treat Jason correctly than about whatever legal jeopardy I'd be in. I was able to bandage him up and bring him antibiotics from the hospital, which lowered his risk of infection.
You took a huge risk taking meds from the hospital.
I won't lie. I was really nervous when the shortage showed up on the computer, but Michael called Spinelli.
And the shortage disappeared.
Thankfully.
Spinelli's a good person to know.
Well, so is Jason. He helped save me from Shiloh. Michael loves him. So do you. He's important to this family.
He is. But he was also a fugitive wanting for shooting a cop. And I know it wouldn't occur to Michael to not get involved, but I'm sure it occurred to you.
Well, sometimes you have to put your own doubts aside and back the person you love. Michael's done that for me. It was my turn to do it for him.
Well, I understand that because I know what it's like to have that special of a relationship.
You must be relieved now that Jason's back. So will he be all right now that the charges have been dropped? I still don't understand what kind of trouble he was in or what's happened to him.
I don't either. He has said very little.
Really? I thought you and Jason told each other everything.
So obviously, Jason's cover is blown. He can no longer work at Pikeman as Alan Jacobs.
He can't work there, but he still has value.
How? They will have adjusted their protocols by now, and I'm sure that they've reallocated any personnel that ever came in contact with him.
Maybe. But he knows too much. Pikeman's gonna want to shut him up. Jason, you're gonna stay here in Port Charles. Out in the open.
You want to use him as bait?
I want to draw Pikeman out.
I'm not gonna be a walking target in my hometown, surrounded by people I care about. I'm not gonna let anybody wind up as collateral damage.
Then be real careful. You know how Pikeman operates. Draw them out. I'm willing to bet they'll send someone senior to deal with you. We turn the tables, take them into custody, and incentivize them to give up whoever runs the company.
How are you gonna turn the tables?
I'm sure you'll think of something. Jason, you have an impressive skill set, and you're good at improvising. So what's it gonna be? Cooperate? Or we use the evidence we already have and charge Carly Spencer with RICO violations and criminal conspiracy.
I'll do what you want. As long as you leave Carly alone.
As long as you hold up your end, I have no use for Carly.
All right, let's just... Why don't we clarify the objective now, please, can we?
Jason shouldn't have involved you, Anna. This is an FBI investigation. You're not part of it.
I am. We've already been over this, John. This is my jurisdiction. I want in.
The whole point of using Jason is that he's not an agent. How I use him is at my discretion. I am not going to risk a leak or open the door to some interagency turf war at this late date.
And you think any of that would apply to me? Why would it?
Oh, come on, Anna. You're WSB, and so is Pikeman.